Okay, good morning everybody. This won't be the shortest video I've ever done. Upgraded my Bandicam so I can have unlimited length of videos. So I'm going to show you my exact selection process for my home and away wins. Okay, so what I do, I open up cgmbet, I click on select period, I go to the date or the day I want to check, so I'm doing today's, so I include today's games. I go to current season and I have that on 1, and then I click refresh. Okay, now this is it's not a lengthy process today, it's not a huge amount of games. Sometimes it can take a bit of time, so that's all the games in now. Now it's just filling in the odds and the parameters that it needs. Okay, I'm just going to pause this video and come back at the end. Okay, we're back and all the fixtures are done. So what I do now, I don't even bother looking through them at all. I just export. This option will export current rating V table to an Excel file. Absolutely, that's what I want. And I export the country, the league, the date, home team, away team, scroll down, home win offered odds, away win offered odds, home team full time, away team full time, goals scored by home team at home, goals received by home team at home, goals scored by away team away, and received by away team away. I export to Excel. I then have it on my desktop. I call mine. You can have it wherever you want it, as long as you remember where you got it. I'm having mine as goals at 0 on my desktop, and yes, I want it to replace my existing file. And what I'm going to do then is just simply, there's some other stuff, open up my goals file, okay, there we go. Okay, so what I do now, I go to column A, I insert a column. I make these columns, I just maximize them like that. I go to column G and H and I click on numbers, clicking 2 decimal places, all of those. I go to after the away score, I insert another column, and then before the last 2 I insert another column, and I highlight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I make those numbers 3 decimal places. Okay, I then go to my master where I have all my games. Yep, highlight the top row, control C, control V, and that puts in all the headings for me. Then I go to data, and click on filters, so they're all filtered. I just make these columns a little bit smaller for this bit, just so it's not all the way at the end here, and I click on home. Right, I have all the information I need there right now to start off with. I put in here home goal difference. I have equals that minus that. Go across to here, equals that minus that, and the total or difference is that minus that. Okay, I then just copy and paste that by double clicking the X in the bottom right hand corner all the way down. Okay, now if I click on the difference, I want to highlight, I'll go to between. It's kind of a week, it's Easter Monday, there's lots of games, so I start off -1 to +1. I'm going to highlight all of those, and I'm just going to delete them, so I just can get all of them, boom, and I delete. Not interested in those. We'll see what I'm left with. Okay, that's workable. It's not too many. Good. If there's still loads, you can change that initial parameter to minus 1.25 to plus 1.25, and it limits the amount of games you get at this stage. So these are all the potential home and away wins so far. What I do now, click on the difference, and I highlight greater than 0. So these are all the ones with a positive difference. Yep, which is bigger than 1, because that's where we were originally. Okay, that's what we want to look at. So these are for home wins. Okay, my next stage, I look at the odds. What I do, we've got Chesterfield Dover. Now, I've already checked this one. I know that this one, Dover have, I'm not sure what's happened. I think they're disbanded. They're on 0 points, 0 games played. So anybody who plays them are not getting, there's going to be no odds. So that one I'm deleting straight away. I know that's not a proper game. Any of the home odds, basically, I'm going to just select any that are less than 1.4, which is all of those. Yep, all of these. We sadly are getting rid of those. Gone. That leaves us with just 3 possible home wins. Okay, so I put in here home win. In there. So these aren't necessarily the final selections, these are the shortlist. Our next stage is I go to the HGFH column. This one here. And these have to be 1.70 or bigger. So we've got 2.053, 1.323 and 1.6. So the Monza and the Hull games, sadly, see you later. We only have one potential selection at the moment. We have another couple of last little checks. The AG difference, the away goal difference, must be a minus. It is. The HG difference must be a plus. Preferably over 1. Doesn't have to be, but it's decent if it is. That is a home win selection. End of checks. Okay. If we still have lots at this stage, I look at the AGFA. Yep. And it must be bigger than 1.21 if there's still loads. And this one is anyway, so it's just fine. So I'm just going to stick in Monday, because that's today. Just now we number filters, we go less than 0. And these are all our possible away wins. Again, all we do now is filter the odds. Anything less than 1.4, as you can see, they're all above 1.4. We're not capping it, but no minimum, no less than 1.4. So all of these are still potential away wins. So for the away wins, it's slightly different. We go to the HGFH column, and this needs to be 1.20 or lower. So anything higher than 1.20, then we have 1.387, we get rid. All the rest are lower than 1.2. Okay, so they're all good so far. Next stage, AG difference must be a plus. They're all plus. If it was 0, you'd still delete it because it has to be in the plus. And the HG difference must be in the minus, and these are all in the minus. So that's all good so far. 2 final checks for the away wins. AGFA, the away goals for away from home, needs to be bigger than 1.5, or bigger or equal than 1.5. So 2, 1.5. We have a couple here, the Wigan and Grimsby games. These two are lower than 1.5. Here for the AGFA, so we delete those 2 games. And finally, AGAA, away goals, the away team's goals against away from home has to be lower or equal than 1.1. That's higher than 1.1. These 2 are lower than 1.1. So the top 2 we get rid of. Delete. So obviously we put Monday and Monday in there. We are now left with our 3 selections for the day. as posted in my earlier video yesterday for today's selections. We have a home win for Liefering against Vac Vienna. We have a away win for Braga against Firenze, and a away win for Sporting against Moreirense. And that, guys, is how I do my home and away win selections. Okay, please remember to subscribe. Click on the like button. Ask any questions if you've got any questions. Please, don't hassle me with, oh, if you're just selecting odds on, then they're bound to win. Well, they're not all the time. You know, like Tottenham yesterday against Newcastle, letting a late equaliser. There's quite a few games that are odds on that don't win. But I don't select them all. As you saw, the ones that I deleted earlier, most of those were odds on. I don't select them. So, you know, there is a process I follow, and it's given me a pretty decent P&L so far. Yeah, my ROI, let's just have a look. I haven't even actually worked out my ROI. I'm just going on points plus. I know there's 192 selections, or 189 without the 3 today. 189 selections. Let's get me a calculator. 189 selections, and I'm 21.85 up. 21.85 divided by 189 times 100. That's 11.56% ROI. You know, I've always been told in football betting, if you can get 4 or 5% ROI, you're doing something right. So I've hit 11.5%. I'm extremely happy with that. Yeah, there are losing days, losing weeks, but long term, I think this is a profitable angle. And obviously, depending on where your points situation is, you can up your value per points that you stake for the next season. You know, this has only been going on just over 3 months. Any questions on it? Give me a bell, or drop me a line. Happy to try and answer any. Like I say, you have a choice whether you watch these videos or not. If you don't like my selection process, then you don't need to comment. Just know that it's not for you. It's not for everybody. Absolutely, I get that. Like I say, I'm not a tipster. I'm just showing you how I use cgmbet to select my home and away wins. Okay. Subscribe, please, guys. Spread the word. 20 subscribers at the moment. I'd like to get up to 50 as soon as possible. Just take care. Enjoy the rest of your Easter weekend. And I'll be back later.